Well, every baseball team that played today will play another baseball game, except one team. Good job by the NL. Yanks eliminated. Kitty cat. Meow. Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Ernie Clement. Doesn't matter. I get a hit every time.
Doesn't matter. Could be God himself on the mound. And Ernie Clement will hit a single or a double. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Presented by SeatGeek. Use code JAMPLAYOffs for 10% off your next playoff tickets for all fans except New York. And our special playoff edition of Talkin' Baseball is presented by T-Mobile. However you watch the game, streaming, checking stats on the road, or their Magenta status. Pretty legit. T-Mobile, head over to T-Mobile.com/network. I'm Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Rob Scirocco is producing. Dalton Feely updating the sheet in live time as a fun Thursday of playoff baseball. We wondered how many eliminations would we see today. Could have been all. Could have been Totos. Instead, it's only one team. Trev, how are you?
What did we say? We put a tweet out about that. I think I was 1 for 3 on the day. I'm doing great. A long day of sitting on the couch, watching ball. My dinner was frozen meatballs from Costco and red sauce with broccoli. Obviously no pasta in this temple right now.
Yeah.
Not that late.
Smart.
So just a weird day for me, to be honest with everybody. But I'm happy to be talking ball with you. I think there was some good baseball played. I thought we were attending a funeral. I wore all black for this.
That's my bad.
And you showed up in the Navy.
Maybe Navy's the new funeral color because it's what they've done the last 16
Isn't that a TV show?
Last 16 years.
Navy's the new black? That's not. That's close.
Orange is the new black.
Orange is the new black.
I believe one of my competitors in the Celebrity All-Star Game this year was on that show. Dash. I'll reach out. A couple updates for people. Yes, I am sad. I am a Yankees fan. This company was built on Yankees and friendship. And in 2017, it looked like there was start of something for the New York Yankees. And instead, they're tied for their second longest playoff drought. I will say, our Toronto fan base is rabid. Sometimes their teeth are out, arguably more than I think they should be. I do think the better team won. Enjoy your Blue Jays. Let's get into the game, Coach Trev. Oh, and I don't normally flex this on our people. I did, after the loss, I did take about 8 milligrams of a weed gummy that I'm starting to feel in the back of my eyes. We'll see where, at the end of the episode, you might have to carry.
I'm good today.
As per usual. All right. The Blue Jays looking to knock out the Yanks, and they'd have to do it against Big City Cam Schlitty. Against a bullpen day for Toronto. Vladdy is your daddy. RBI double. Ryan is the McMahon as he ties it with a solo homer. It's 1-1 after 3. Springer sac fly in the 5th gives the Jays the lead. Double play ball to Jazz, but it scats off his glove. 2 turns to 4, turns to 5. The judge orders one more run, but Canada is above the law. Varland flew Hardy, Dominguez, Lauer, Rodriguez, Little, Fisher, and Hoffman. The Jays win 5-2 final.
I'm not going to snap for that one out of respect to you. But I will give the standings. Final standings of the series.
Final standings.
Blue Jays 3-1. Yankees 1-3.
Trev, I'll let you kick off. We did our end of year Talkin' Yanks, my least favorite to do every year, and I've gotten to do it every year. Where do you begin with this game?
Let's start in the top of the first, where we had a pretty clear cut.
Okay, never mind. I don't want to start.
And to not pitch to the guy who's been killing us the entire fucking series. Earmuffs, and we pitched to him. I mean, from the get-go, Springer, you hit a double. Great. That's fine, okay? I believe there was one out.
Yeah.
There's an open base. Cam Schlittler's good. He's a rookie. You don't need to pitch to Vlad, and you do. 0-2. You leave the cutter over the plate. He's a bad, bad man, Vladdy. So that's where I want to start. What is you doing, baby? Aaron Boone.
Yeah, I forgot we have to actually talk about the game, and I can't.
Yeah,
I can't just be mad at the Yankees organization and how they treat everything. I don't know what that was. That's rude to the sport. It's rude to Vladdy. And if this was like the morning radio show, I would come on and say they lost the game right there. They didn't, because they did other bad stuff. But there's no need to do that. It's almost like the perfect situation. Runner on second. It's there for you. Set up a double play ball. What would that have done to Toronto? We'll never know. Instead, the best hitter in the postseason so far, they just sparked him even more. Good.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching and I'm wondering. And look, it's easy to be, a couch manager, but that one was, I think everybody collectively on the internet, because I was on X during the game. Was like, what are we doing? Like that one, everyone. It's hard to get everyone on one side of an opinion in this world we live in the simulation. Everyone was on that side. Didn't do it, backfired right away, 1-0.
Aaron
man,
Boone, uniting the country, people are
Can I tell you something? Because I think we might jump around a little bit.
Yeah.
I forgot Jason Dominguez was on the team.
Yeah. Oh, our super rookie coming into the year, the Martian.
You wouldn't trade for anybody.
Who didn't he got one at bat in this double perfect postseason. Yeah, man. Man.
He got on deck, and I was like, oh, he's on the team.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Correct.
And yeah, then he freaking doubles that. Yeah. I mean, that is another. What is he doing, baby? Because Volpe was what in the series 1 for 15, 11 Ks, something around those numbers.
Yeah. What about it?
What else do you want to get to?
That.
Shout out McMahon. Nice plays in the field. He hits the homer to tie the game. Nothing really goes on until the 5th inning. That was when Schlittler pulled the glove back.
So so it's a bottom of the lineup for Toronto, which is important as well. Well, Ernie Clement should not be considered bottom of the lineup. He should. I'm imagining he's what Pete Rose looked like at his peak, because the man is unconscious right now. Shout out David Popkins. Shout out Marion Pippin.
I've been screaming David Popkins' name for months.
David Popkins, Ernie Clement. I don't know, Joe Carter. Go Blue Jays. That Ernie Clement gets a hit, which that's all he does. And then Jimenez.
Paul Molitor scored the game-winning run, not Joe Carter,
People forget that. Jimenez goes to bunt. He tries to take himself out of the game. He doesn't get it down, 2 strikes. And there's a ball up the middle that could Cam Schlittler have gotten to? I don't know. Could Jazz Chisholm have gotten to? I don't know. After watching a lot of replays, I don't really think so. It's a bad look for Cam when he takes it back. It's a bad look for Jazz when what happens later in the game. Looking back, the pitch, down the middle also could be critiqued by Cam Schlittler to the 9-hitter. That sets up Toronto I don't know. They're honestly, the fact they got out of there with 1 run.
Huge strikeout of Vladdy to end the inning right there. Then it doesn't happen again until the top of the 7th. You get Ernie Clement again with the 1-out single. Jimenez reaches on the air by Jazz, and I think Smoltz had it right. I think it was a skip ball off the grass, although, was it a dewy day? Was it a dewy night? It looks to me like Jazz played it like it skipped on him, but at the same time, we're not deep in October. Sorry, Yankees. We're not deep in October. It's not. I don't think it's wet outside, right?
Does it really matter?
That does happen.
When we talk about other teams, how often do we talk about the dewy play?
Well, I'm trying to think, because if it's not wet, the ball doesn't skip like that. So I think he just booted it.
I think he got excited that they got exactly what they needed to have a chance to win this game. I think he got excited. I think everyone knows that feeling. I think he moved a step too quick because in that moment, and here, the little guy's starting to get angry. In this moment, if Cam Schlittler gets that double play ball, they don't have to see George Springer. They don't have to bring in Devin Williams to get out of an inning in the 7th, because Devin Williams never during the regular season pitched, sat down, and came back in a game. He never had an up-down all year. So that double play would have ended the inning. Cam Schlittler would have been 7 innings, 2 earned against these contact Blue Jays, that their offense right now, and it has been that way, and it's why I said, and I'm probably going to have to clip it and post it to some angry Blue Jay fans at some point when they get on my nerve too much on the internet. If you want good baseball, you should be rooting for Toronto and Milwaukee, because they are playing the game differently. They're playing old school baseball, which is working. How crazy is that? Before we brought in all the geeks. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Nathan Lucas with a great 2-out knock. That was after the stolen base to get to get 2 guys into scoring position. So that makes it 4-1, and that could, like as you mentioned, could have been a 2-1 inning-ending double play right there. But just a nice piece of hitting, going up and getting this one. And from that point on, you felt like it was going to take some heroics for the Yankees to come back.
Well, I don't know if it's even more frustrating, but the Yankees gave themselves hope again. They got the bases loaded. Austin Wells comes up. Before the stadium can even, they're starting to stand up. Like, okay.
First pitch swing. And
first pitch swing, it's a up and away splitter, which I don't think that's the pitch he was looking for, just because no hitters ever sat on that. Pops it up. Literally, we're doing the live stream of the game, and we're standing up to like rally, and it was over.
The guys getting the job done for the Blue Jays: Ernie Clement, Nathan Lucas, Miles Straw, like up and down the lineup, having good at bats. Like, really, obviously, we know they're contact oriented. My God, how many times do they say that on the broadcast? We know. But good fundamental ABs, not relying on the long ball, letting that happen, because it does happen. If you just put good swings and you put the barrel on the ball, homers are going to happen. Back in my day, we used to say that.
Trev.
Like, hey, homers are accidents most of the time. How many times do you go up there trying to hit a homer and hit one? Not very often. You hit a homer when the pitcher makes a mistake. That's when you hit homers.
And in the postseason, they don't make a lot of mistakes.
Sure try not to.
And I think the 2 at-bats that highlight this Blue Jays team, and this isn't highlighting why the Blue Jays are good. Vladimir Guerrero is a beast in carrying. George Springer, they're lefty-righties in the lineup. They're lefty-righters pitching. They dominated the 2 home games. They weren't even games. They got double digits early in both home games. The 2 at-bats that I would summarize the difference between the Yankees and the Blue Jays: Trent Grisham, when it's Yankees rally time, Little is in, and he was one of the relievers that looked a little shaky. He takes a 3-2 slider right down the middle in front of Aaron Judge. Now, the at-bat you should compare that to is Miles Straw coming into the game, fighting for every ounce of baseball he's got at the plate. The man can play defense with anyone in the world. The stick hasn't been his game. He just throws his bat, and it bloops over second base.
I think Grisham popped up to Jimenez, that at bat.
No, he took one. Maybe we're talking about different at bats.
Bottom of the 7th, Rosario pinch hit, single at the middle, first and second, 2 outs. Judge was on deck. My notes say, can Grisham get him up? Popes to Jimenez. Barger wanted no part of it.
No, this was top of the 6th. It was starting the inning against Lauer, so I had the pitcher wrong. My bad. But, yeah, the Blue Jays, and again, hopefully the Blue Jays and Brewers, and sorry to the NL teams because part of me isn't doing this for the teams. I think there's a brand of baseball we need to tap into, again, with two strike approaches. Like, the fact that that's not a thing anymore, I think is nuts.
It is a thing, though. It's weird because I feel like the media talks about it more than it actually is in the game. Like people still want to have that approach. Now, here's the thing. You don't get paid for singles. You get paid to slug. That's what gets you a paycheck. Right. So that is in guys' minds. Like, hey, man, like I want to slug, and it is emphasized from time to time. Like, hey, we got. It's the easiest way to score runs is to hit a homer.
Let me
the most efficient way to score runs.
This should all be targeted more at my Yankees, because I can tell you there's a lot of guys and they believe in a swing. They don't believe that players have the skill to have a two-strike account. Cody does.
Yeah, there's been talk like you can't string together 3 hits anymore. The pitching is too good. The pitching is good, but guess what? The hitters evolve with the pitching. Like they talk about all the time. Hey, the average fastball used to be 92 and now it's 95. Hitters don't give a shit about how fast you're throwing. They don't. Is it is there more room for error when you're throwing hard? Yes, but like at the same time, 95 and 92 aren't that different. Now you talk about 100. That's a little different, but can you spot it? Is it still over the plate? Because guys can still get to 100. So like I hate when people are like, you can't string together 3 hits. I'm like, why not? Or how about put some earmuffs? Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Pressure, some fucking pressure.
Yeah, know what pitchers don't like? Runners on base, and then you could stop.
Don't like runners on base.
Speed. Like, hey, there's going to be a lot of. Please,
we're saying all this. That's what the Blue Jays did to the Yankees, and if we're being honest, this should have been a sweep. If it wasn't for Aaron Judge, like being the greatest hitter that a lot of us have ever seen, it's a sweep.
Yes. Yeah, and that's I guess that's now. Yankees went to the World Series last year. They had a slightly easier path to get there. AL Central. Let's talk about that another time. Man, that team had Judge and Soto, and everything around it got so bad that they embarrassed themselves historically, and we still have that. That now, I don't know, man. You looked at the Yankees, and they had the most home runs. They had the best on-base percentage. I realize they have Judge, and they shouldn't take him away because it's incredible. But when you start doing that, you take Judge out and you look at it, you're like, okay, who's the next? Who's got an OBP over 350? Nobody? Who's split proof? Nobody? I don't know. I think it's why Joe's McFly hates war. Shout out to Joe's. Funny video on the internet right now of him packing up all his Yankee gear and heading home
really
from
funny.
the office. We both retweeted it. That takes a lot to get that out of me and Trev.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm over it.
Yeah, enough about the Yankees. I think real quick, touching on Blue Jays, what we expect out of them going forward. I think the big question mark is, they could barely get through a 5-game set with their starters. Like, what does that mean for a 7-game set? They must adjust the roster, I'm assuming, to bring another starter in. But I think the bullpen, like they found kind of what works for them there. They're playing good defense. They're having great at-bats. They're getting the pitching when they need to. I mean, they're a force. So you're either going to see Jays Mariners or Jays Tigers. And like, in my mind right now, I don't think the Tigers match up with them whatsoever. And the Mariners, I think, can. That's where I am at with it. But I do think that they clearly have it going for them right now and look like a team that, could give a lot of different teams some fits.
I'm running a little hot, so I'll shoot it straight. The way they hit, the Tigers would have to win the series in 4 or 5, because if they get that many looks at your pitchers, you're screwed with these guys. Seattle, who's got, that infamous pitching staff we've been waiting for and some of their guys out of the bullpen, that would be the test. That would be like, okay, can the Mariners pitching in depth hold these guys off? Or I don't know right now. I'm interested to see, obviously, how Seattle and Detroit finishes, because that'll show us what team is going. But, yeah, I guess I haven't even fully processed. Like, I just admitted it. If it's Toronto and Detroit, I'm going to be leaning Toronto. If it's Seattle and Toronto, it is hard to pick against the Blue Jays right now.
It's going to be a really good series if that happens. Last thing, Poppy and Vladdy, yelling "the Yankees lose" with Jeter and A-Rod on the mic next to him it's pretty good, Pop. You got to admit it. I know Rob's got it. It's coming right now.
I haven't seen it yet, so this will be live reaction.
I think he's trying to get it up for us right now. We got to see it. It's
Dale. The Yankees lose. The Yankees
Jade.
lose. Let's go. Hey, let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
It's still happening?
It was like 3 or 4 times.
Yankees lose. Let's go, baby. Take it personal.
And you know what? You got to let him have his moment, man.
Yankees lose.
Hey, they get to say whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
Good for, hey, Vladdy, have a year, pal.
I did want to say that you came at the Toronto fan base about being rabid, and I had some bouts with them. I've joined them. I've joined forces with them because I'm a smart guy.
Toronto Trev, yeah.
Yeah. We beat them down, myself
boy.
included, for years, Jake.
Oh,
I
boy.
think they're like Bane from Batman. I think he's in Batman, right?
Yeah.
Is he in Superman?
Batman, you got it.
Like, they've been in that hole and they climbed out of it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
let them be who they are.
So you're Gotham seeing Bane coming in and taking over, and you're like, you know what? Knock yourself out.
We did it to him.
Yeah. We made this.
How many times we make fun of it's a movie? I'm like, oh, it's a short movie.
Yeah.
Like, we made that joke a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I think sometimes they just leave the realm of what sports arguments should be. But
Yankees fans have no place
they,
to talk.
They have that as well.
Yes.
I'm just, you can ask around. Yankee fans would come up and Toronto would be right behind or right in front of them. So that's how I like it. What? Congrats, Blue Jays. We'll find out who you're playing. I guess that's a spoiler that maybe we jump to Detroit, Seattle, and knock that out because we're gonna get one more of those bad boys. Would it be the demise of the Tigers season as Casey faces elimination against the Vanilla Gorilla Bryce Miller and the Mariners? Seattle pushes across 3 in the first 5 innings, including a little Cal Raleigh. They're starting to smell it in Seattle, and I'm not talking weed or coffee, Tarico, but the Kitties scratch back in the 5th. 3 runs on 3 straight hits to tie it up. And how about the barrage in the 6-7 innings? It's not easy being green as Riley turns on one. Playoff Javi, and how about a round of Gleba bombs for everyone in Detroit? Mize to Holton to Finnegan to Melton to Vest. The Motor City Kitties force a Game 5 in Seattle.
Standings, both teams 2-2 in the series. Game 5 in Seattle. I mean, that place is going to be absolutely rocking. I'm excited.
And if you're as excited as Trev, why don't you get some Mountain Dew? The offs are here for some teams. The offs are here. Hey, Mountain Dew Baja Blast used to be like a hidden treasure. You'd have to get it at the Bell or you'd have to go look for it. Mountain Dew Baja Blast is out. And if you go to visit mountaindew.com/finddew, you can find it around you anywhere. So instead of the chase, if you like it, why make it a rare thing? Treat yourself, Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Coach, where do we go?
I think there's a lot of talk about Naylor in this one.
Okay.
A lot of signaling, which I think we'll get straight to it. Don't think he had the pitches. Don't think he had anything. I think he was messing around out there trying to get either Holton to step off or at first I thought he had it in the top of the second. So he hits a 1-out splitter down the right field line. It was his first hit of the postseason. So he's stoked to be on the base pass because he's got the shiny belt and the shiny shoes.
Right.
Like he wanted to show him off a little bit more. And if you wear something like that, you want to be good. You don't want to be bad with stuff like that on, right? But he signals to Canzone. I was like, oh, okay. Like maybe he has something because Canzone ends up driving him in for the 1-0 lead. Then he gets on again the second time. I think that's what we're watching right now on the screen, and he's just flailing his arms every which way. And they were talking like, oh, is he seeing the pitches from the catcher, like location? Like, no, like Dingler was moving all over the place. There's no signs. It's a pitch comm, obviously. So like the only way to see it is through his glove, and you can see Holton's glove is completely covered, and like the forearm, the manipulation of the forearm, maybe you'll be able to see whatever it is, but I don't think he had anything. So I think we could put that down, put that to sleep.
Trev, I cannot believe that's a conversation.
It's a real thing. I mean, it's happened so much.
I believe why it is. He gives 3 different signs.
He went this. He went here. He went there, and then he was doing this.
That looked like,
dude.
That looked like the kid in the I don't know, on a dance routine that didn't know the routine and was just trying to make it up as he went. Like, no, that was him trying to get in their head. And hey, good. The fact we're talking about it, maybe it can.
It didn't really. I tweeted that out that Longo taught me that, and I used to do it at third base. Now, say like there was a young guy at third base, and a lefty was up or something like that, or even a right-hander was up, and he was getting a little too far on a secondary. I'd give the old, and whoever's catching knew I was just giving dummy signs. Right. I just be like, whatever. I wouldn't. That's a sign of the cross. My bad. I would do something. And like the third base coaches mostly knew I was fucking around and just giving dummy signs. But if it was a young guy, there's just enough doubt in his mind to not take that extra step at third base. And that's all I wanted. That's it.
Right.
That's kind of the game he was playing as well. So like we're making fun of it, but at the same time, if it puts a little bit of doubt into the pitcher's mind, that's all you're trying to do.
Hey, he ends up leaving fastball middle, and we say, does Naylor get credit for that? He was distracting him. We would. So that's what's going on there. Trev, I think the story starts for me at it's 3-0 Seattle. Detroit has been going through their bullpen. They're not exactly sure who they can tap on the shoulder. That double play ball, Finnegan, man, like that was a big boy outing. That
Huge.
That game could have got out of hand real quick. So good for him on that part of it. He ends up giving up 1 earned run. But you're Detroit. You haven't had a lot of offense at all. None in this game until the 5th inning, and it's not what your team is built on. Seattle, pretty strong team, looking to go to the ALCS for the first time since 21. They put together a real rally. Like you talk about stringing 3 hits together. They do it in this to tie the game. The crowd is back into it. Obviously just changed everything.
Yeah, this is Dingler, a bad route by Randy. We've seen some bad stuff happen in the outfield, especially today. So double into the gap, and then they end up – that was after a Torque leadoff knock. So that scores a run there. That makes it 3-1. They bring Spire in. Hinch pulls the Jahmai Jones, who's now the new Rob Refsnyder. I think we can refer to him as that, like lefty masher. He comes through again, first pitch double down the line. So 3-2, run on second, 1 out. Then Baez hits a foul homer, which sometimes can get you out of your, you out of your plan a little bit because you're like, oh, let's do it again. Hits a laser up the middle on a fastball, 3-3. I think that's like a really, if you've ever hit a foul homer, you just start thinking about the homer a little too much. But he puts together a good at bat right there. At that point, the Tigers were 4 for their last 4 with runners in scoring position, which is obviously a huge point for them. They're not a great offensive team, so they need to score when they get runners in scoring position. Carpenter ends up, staying in against the lefty because Hinch knows that he wants to have him in later in the game. The only other lefty in the pen for the Mariners is Ferguson, who struggled mightily, so he doesn't think that Wilson's going to go there. And Carpenter puts up together a really, really good at bat in that inning. He ends up what did he do? Did he ground out to Naylor?
Is that the collision? Yeah.
Yeah. Was it 2 Naylor?
Yes. A lot of beef on the field there for a second. Yeah, it was an interesting, just far enough in front of the base that Naylor had to go get it. And you thought he was going to make the play, and those are 2 big bodies.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, great. I mean, that had Detroit going. They're back in the game. Okay. We could end this thing today. All the momentum. Riley Green, Tiger uppercut for the lead. That's what I have on my sheet right there. Here's the collision.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, those are
Very
two
nice.
big bodies.
Yeah. So I mean, that was kind of where it started to go amiss for the Mariners. Who, like I said, they were trying to end it, not wanting to go back to Seattle, but the Tigers just put together really, really good at bats. After that, Bizzardo comes in, Torque hits the double down the line, Chopper the third. They were like, "Is it fair?" It was questionable, but I think it ended up being fair. McKinstry with the RBI knock to score Torque. He ends up getting picked off first base, which is kind of a tough look right there, but gets the job done anyway. It was that pickoff play to get him out. They kept showing the replay. It was a timing play, which is tough for a runner because when you're looking at the pitcher and he's getting his signs, which you think he's getting his signs, like you end up, okay, this is when I can take that extra step. I can try to like expand my lead a little bit. Raleigh shoves the glove down. Bizzardo picks without looking to first and nailed him. Thought it was a beautifully executed play. You'll see his glove go down, pick, got him.
Yeah, that's I don't know for everyone on our YouTube, but again, depending how deep you are in baseball, that's kind of one of the things that's been learned as these stolen base guys are starting to get bigger and bigger leads with less throwovers and the bigger bases and everything that's encouraged stolen bases. That's one of a new system that's formed. Is like, hey, don't even worry about it. If they get a big enough lead, I just flash that glove down and you go. It's actually smart.
Yeah, and then later that inning, Bias 2-run homer puts the game away, basically 7-3. They score a couple more. The final score ends up being 9-3. But a great job by the Tigers there. You know, get like stringing offense together, and they forced that game 5. And they got Scoobs on the hill. And if you're Seattle, you're saying we don't give a shit. And if you're the Tigers, you're like you should because it's Scooble. Like both teams think they have a really, really good chance to win.
Tigers won their first home game in general since September 6th. Their first time scoring 7+ runs since September 10th. And hey, that's baseball, ain't it? Tigers 9 runs, the most in any postseason game since Game 6 of the 1968 World Series, since St. Louis. So a historic Detroit offensive day, and pretty rude that we haven't said a lot about Troy Melton at this point.
Great.
He goes 3 innings. Again. Every year, some postseason rookies jump in the mix, and for the Tigers, hey, if we start talking Tigers Blue Jays after the Game 5, that'll be Friday night, they are gonna need like a Troy Melton breakout live, and we've seen a lot of teams need that, and that changes if you have a pitcher that can shut down a team like he did today on the biggest stage. And yeah, I mean the pressure is gonna be on Seattle. At home, we talked a lot about their postseason history. Scooble on the mound. Should be an amazing environment. Oh, an all-time environment in Seattle that get some early leads, get some early runs, Mariners.
And Scooble went to the University of Seattle?
Were the script writers at it again, Trev?
I'm into it, baby.
I know you are. Gabe Spire, hot. Game 5, so we're going to have a lot more to break down on that series. Good for Detroit.
Who's going for the Mariners? Is it Kirby?
Not confirmed yet. Kirby would be lined up, and I think Castillo as well. Or Kirby has extra rest. Castillo would be on normal rest. So,
no, Kirby will be regular, right? Pitched on the 4th. It'll be. I guess.
Yeah.
The game's on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, sheesh.
2 off days. Okay. I got you, Coach.
You got me.
What
day is it, dude? All I do is watch baseball every day.
Right eye has gone full weed gummy, so we'll hopefully, if you see me tap out, it'll just be the Trev show. Like
I got it.
No, I'm good, people. Know your own limits.
Let's get to the senior circuit.
Whoa. Should we do Milwaukee, Chicago?
Wait, I forgot to do this because this candle is really annoying me anyway, but it is significant.
You let that bad boy burn. Indeed, you did. And folks, today's episode is sponsored by Indeed. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday? How can you find amazing candidates fast? It's easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed sponsored jobs help you stand out and hire fast. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. Talking Baseball listeners will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your job more visibility at Indeed.com/baseball. Indeed.com/baseball. Right now, support our show by saying you heard about us from there. Indeed.com/baseball. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring, Indeed is all you need. Cubs fans were getting religious, hoping to knock out the Priesters. Milwaukee might be drinking beer and JMO tonight if they sweep against Tyone. Sal gives a free lick in the first, but speaking of beer, Bush. Michael cannot be stopped. Leadoff homer, and look who it is. It's P from CA. 2 RBI single. Gritty Ian Happ scores on a wild pitch. It's 4-1 Cubs after one. Top 4, Jake rakes. Bauer, RBI single. Some fortitude by the Brewers to make it fortitude. Top 7, just like Talkin Baseball listeners want. More Jake. Bauer powers one. It's 4-3 Cubs. Fear, then happiness as the Cubs survive. Tyone to Pomeranz to Palencia to Kittredge to Tealbar to Keller. Cubs win 4-3 final.
Standings in this one. Brewers 2-1, Cubs 1-2. Stave off the elimination there. Live to play another day at Wrigley. Beautiful thing for Cubs fans. Where do you want to start, Coach?
It's been a lot of big first innings.
A lot of early scoring.
a lot of dictating the game early. And hey, I guess
we got to start with the infield fly, right?
Start with it.
Yelly leadoff double. Turang walk first and second, and 1 out when this ends up happening. It's a shadow game because of course it is. I'll never understand how MLB lines up all these games. Whatever, it's for money, people. Everything always is. Always follow it. That's like a good detective right there.
That's good.
Play the video, Rob. I know you got it. Here it comes. Contreras hits one way up in the sky. Nobody's even around it, so the umpires don't call the infield fly. I was surprised they didn't call it. It is by the book. You got to have it under control. I don't know what the wording exactly is, but you got to be camped essentially. And nobody was camped. In fact, Dansby, for some reason, he just starts running over towards where he thinks the ball is and leaves second base completely unoccupied. So all of a sudden, we have bases loaded and 1 out. They could have easily just dropped this ball, still got the out at second if Dansby hadn't just started running over there for some reason.
Oh, wow.
Love you, Dansby. You're obviously a superior defensive player to me, but this one, I didn't really understand what was going on.
And especially with Horner with a step on him, because I do want to say, obviously, Dansby's an amazing all-time defensive player. That feeling when there's an infield pop-up and nobody's got it, I can understand Dansby's onus to be like, oh, shoot, but if you see Horner in front of you like that, you have to know.
Horner, Kelly,
you're half your team in
and
front
Bush.
of you. Yes.
They're all there. Anyways, PCA tries to get in there, but it's too late. So all of a sudden you get the bases loaded. You think Sal Frelick's not going to get the earmuffs fucking run in? He is.
5'9", 170.
God, he was a first rounder.
Yeah. Pat
Twins
Murphy.
had a first rounder like that. Ben Revere, remember him?
Sure do. Hell of a ball player.
The most jacked dude I've ever been around. I didn't.
Don't tell that to Mike Cameron. Trev, hey, that's a weird feeling. You're a Cubs fan. Your rival Brewers go up 1-0 to sweep you. You're looking at little things happening in the game. It's a bad time. Michael Bush, man,
dude. Oh my gosh.
I feel.
We
glad
said this before.
About
anybody could have had Michael Bush. He was on sale, bro. He was on sale. The Dodgers were like, I don't know. We don't need it. Here, you want it?
Leading off for these Cubs.
Lead off homer to tie the game. Then you get a Horner single. You get a Tucker walk, and then Seiya comes up and beats one down the line. It's 353, mind you, down the line at Wrigley. Bob, you got to play the Sal Frelick catch.
Got it. Sal Frelick's coming, baby.
It's unbelievable the type of baseball player this guy is. And they talk about it all the time. If you watch the Brewers, I think Pat Murphy's called him the heartbeat of the team. But this play in particular, because it is a weird right field out there, there's just more room. And there's no foul room, but it's just a big right field, especially down the line. And he just, look how far he goes to get this dude. And he's running on the track at the end for so long. And that's when you're like, I don't know where I'm at. Because if you're on the grass and you hit the track, you know, okay, I have how many steps to the wall. But he's on the track running parallel to the wall there for a couple steps. He has no idea in relation to the wall where he's at. Like right now, he's like, I don't know how close I am. That's why he slides and goes down and gets it like that. What a catch. Saves 2 runs for sure. Right there. Horner ends up going to third, 1 out. Happ loads the bases with a walk. I thought Priester might be done already right there. He ends up K'ing Carson Kelly, but then, like you said, the bad man, or he was bad. He's now he's a little naughty.
Careful. Yeah.
He's a little naughty now. PCA 2-1 slider comes through. 2 out, 2-run single, makes it 3-1. Priester then is done. And if you're a Cubs fan, you're like, this is awesome. Wild pitch ends up scoring Happ 4-1. And the vibes are they're great at Wrigley after that.
Yes. I gave my whole speech. I gave a speech in my head about how good of a ball player Sal Frelick is and the fact that baseball kind of doesn't value just good ball players. Exit velo, though, sick. Anyways, that's Yankee bullshit, Jake. The Cubs fans, hey, so on the other side of that, you go down 1-0 on an infield pop-up that doesn't get called. When you put up those 3, that is one of the best feelings as a sports fan. But when your score stays at 4 and it turns to 4-2, and it turns to 4-3, that's another bad feeling as a sports fan. Again, this Cubs bullpen that the names don't jump off the stage like they might have for Page, as they have for other teams. But man, like Brad Keller, who he's turned into in that bullpen.
Call him ragtag. Cubs fans said they said okay, it's fine to call him that.
Good.
And it is. I mean, Pomeranz.
Drew Pom.
Like Palencia is the only guy that I don't think you can call ragtag.
No.
Like, and I mean, Kittredge has been good. These guys have all been good. They're just like old and like in weird, like on this team, they're in a different position than they've been on other teams.
Yes.
Like Keller's not a closer, dude. On this team, he's found himself very similar to who? What's the guy's name in Cincinnati who I know very well?
Oh, Emilio Pagan.
Yeah. That is the fluidity of bullpens, and that's why, like, when you're like, I hate our bullpen, I'm like, you don't even know what your bullpen's going to be. Or I love my bullpen. We love the Dodgers bullpen. They stink. Like, it's so fluid. You just got to you got to ride the hot hand when you got it. But these guys have kind of found their role a little bit here. And, they end up holding off the Brewers enough to get the job done. I'm trying to think, do we need anything else? Top of the 7th, Jake Bauers ambushes Kittredge, makes it 4-3. Collins pinch hits, Perkins pinch hits. So Murphy empties the chamber there, no blood. And yeah, man, it's just they did a really, really good job at the end of the game. This was an interesting play to me here. First and third, they try to bunt. And Durbin kind of, I think right here, if he would have kept going, he scores. But he did the right thing. He didn't know that Shaw couldn't get the ball out of his glove. We could all see it, but he couldn't see it.
Crazy. Dude, how many postseason games do we see plays like that? That, if Durbin just casually kept going there, like he figured it's over, might as well, and then he scores a run there, how significant of a change it would have been to this game is crazy.
I will say, okay, last thing we'll probably say on this game, great job by the Cubs to, continue the series. Churrillo leadoff double in the top of the 8th, just out of the reach of PCA. You could tell he's not running great. I'm still like every time he just plays through injuries right now, which is scary, but great for him. You know, he's a young guy, I guess, right? Thielbar comes in. He Ks Terang. Contreras walks. Frelick with the force outs, first and third, 2 outs, and they bring the bad man in, Brad Keller. Never thought I'd be saying that.
Bad man, Brad. Hey, man.
And he Ks Bauer, and then he goes back top of the 9th. He gets Vaughn. He gets Perkins. Then he's got to face Yelly, and gets him. Ground ball out, ends the game. So a great job by them. They did enough, and they lived to see another day.
You know, about 95% of relievers are failed starters. You know, we have a couple closers here and there that just ride that out from college level or whatever it is. But yeah, if you like scouting or your team gets creative in free agency, guys like Brad Keller and Luke Weaver, if you hung out in the rotation, you had enough to stay along that when that next part of your career comes, if it is the bullpen, you've got a chance to have your stuff tick up and you only have to get through 2 innings. And like your mentality, everyone's always talked about it, your mentality changes as a reliever, that for some guys, that's the difference.
If I'm a pitcher in the big leagues, I just try so many different things right now. I get naked, I put all those sticky things on my body, and I throw myself into the computer and
Clip it.
I say, optimize me, please. That's all it is.
Yeah. You and the pitching guy on the team would be very tight, because I think the pitching analytics are further along than the hitting analytics, and that's another Talkin Yanks conversation that I'm just going to lose myself. We're playing tomorrow.
Yes.
Expected to be Matthew Boyd, unofficial. And then let's see from the Brewers. They've thrown some funk when we haven't. It should be Freddie Peralta day, but do they want to save him for 5 if you need it? That feels like not going out and winning a game when the Brewers, if there's a team that shouldn't be scared to do a bullpen day, it's them.
Mizorowski's ready to go, multiple innings. They have a lot of options for sure.
Okay. Tune in for that one. Milwaukee leads 2-1. We've got one more. The Dodgers have the Phillies feeling blue, down 0-2 with Aaron. His name is Nola. And no LA Nola trying to throw a kink in LA's plans to sweep with Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the hill. Bottom third. Was it Tommy? No, it was Ed, man. 1-0 LA, but the Phillies would score the next 8. How about a pair of Schwarbombs on the bookend? Marsh and Turner mixing it up. Alec has a Bowman. JT gets real with a Yabo of his own. Nola, Suarez, Kerkering, Walker, Banks. The Phillies win 8-2.
The bats came to play. Standings 2-1 for the Dodgers, 1-2 for the Phils. And I think it all comes down to them wearing the powder blues.
Wow.
Just a little shock to the Dodgers.
Wow.
Like, hey, blue's our color. Pantone 558, whatever the heck it is. I don't know what it is. It's something like that.
It's around there.
It's not. It's not.
What
That is mental. That's I think that was a little mental game for them. They said they didn't pack any other uniforms. They're wearing the blues no matter what.
Didn't they have to ask the Dodgers for permission? Should the
I think
Dodgers
the league,
have said no?
Ask the league.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting there though. But a great, obviously a great offensive game for the Phillies. Kind of happened against Kershaw. We'll probably get into that a little bit. I have a take on that.
Okay.
I haven't listened to his post game, but I had a feeling of what he might say. What do we got here? Mookie triple in the first, ends up not scoring. Marsh dives for the ball instead of keeping it in front of him, which comes back kind of later in the game too. But then Nola, K's your boy Teo, Freddie up with 2 outs, trying to cash Mookie in. He gets hit with a curveball on the foot, so it's first and third, 2 outs, and then Nola gets Will Smith looking on a curveball again, so no blood there. Gets through the bottom of the second, 1, 2, 3, and shuts everybody up. Particularly me, you, and Chris Rose for saying, start Ranger Suarez. He's like, I got it. He looked great, by the way, which bodes very well for the Phillies if they can get past the Dodgers. It's going to be tough, but they do have Sanchez going tomorrow. Nola looked great. I would not hesitate to start him in a 7-game set whatsoever. So that's great for them. They end up bringing Ranger Suarez in, and of course, Tommy Edman has to homer because it's the postseason ambush. First pitch, Ranger comes in as a homer. You think the wheels are going to fall off, and Ranger's like, no. I'm like, that's the only run I'm going to give up. 5 innings pitch, 5 hits with the 1 run I just talked about. K's 4 people. He's the man, dude. He looks like he doesn't give a shit.
Hey,
but he does.
I guess new game I'm gonna start playing is this guy a Jolly Olive video? Ranger Suarez. He's becoming an all-time postseason pitcher and former teammate of yours is what everyone brings up too. Yeah, of
course. Yeah, a lot of my fingerprints are definitely all over this one. We got to talk about the Schwarber bomb. 117 off the bat. It was 0 for 22 coming into that. Funny story. It was me and Joe Ryan having breakfast this morning together at Peddler's Fork. Shout out my guy Robbie.
Thanks, Robbie.
And we were talking about just like numbers and then how you feel on that day. And he goes, a lot of times now we're just looking at numbers, and it's like, well, I think it should be way more specific to like me and how I'm feeling that day and the catcher and what he's seeing. He goes, and he were talking about in particular, he goes, I was facing Schwarber, and the MO on him is go fastballs up, and because that's plays for Joe. And he's like, I didn't want to throw, like, I've just seen him get to that pitch so many times. He goes, I ended up throwing some sinkers and some sliders down and in, and it worked out. And then he actually ended up going, he went to the game tonight. As soon as he hits that homer, he's like, what did I tell you about freaking Schwarber and those high homers? So a little callback there, but that thing, you do not see balls go where that went, Jake.
Yeah.
That's Kyle Schwarber though.
He's a different cat. Third all time in postseason homers, just past Bernie Williams.
Oh my
dad in the office with me.
Yeah, big inning there in the top 4th though, and Yamamoto was not sharp. Right after that, Bryce singles, Bohm singles. Harper goes first to third, kind of right in Paz's face. Throws it in the dugout. So Bohm ends up going into third because he was hustling to second base on the throw. So 2-1 with Harper scoring, then a sac fly by Marsh makes it 3-1. Real Muto hits the double, but no more blood after that. So 3-1 right away in the top of the 4th. You got to be feeling really good if you're a Phillies fan about that. And they went on to kind of keep it that way. I don't know if you saw this. You might have been doing Talking Yanks, but there was a strange thing that happened in this game. Marsh comes up. What was the situation? Bannon gets the K. Harper shallow fly ball to right field. Stott can't advance. So it's 2nd and 3rd. Marsh comes up. Oh, they intentionally walk Bohm for the bases loaded. That's right.
Yes.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Marsh is like picking something up or like waiting for the bat boy and doesn't get in the box. He has to start the count 0-1.
Tough.
Freaking playoff game.
Tough, man. Sometimes you wish there was like, I don't know. I wish there was a logic rule in sports sometime, and it's a tough thing to argue because, okay, whose logic are we talking about? But yeah. that's always, hey, this isn't Phillies fans, Dodgers fan. This is nothing at you. I think every team has seen that happen at one point this season. You're like, dude, it's the 8th inning. He's in the box. Like, we just.
Yeah, he was ready like at 7 seconds instead of 8.
Yeah.
But anyways, he ended up K-ing on 3 pitches, and he's pissed off. It is what it is. They're still up right there. Dodgers had a chance there in the bottom of the 6th. Will Smith has the 1-out single. Kike bloops one into center, which I said he was really aggressive on that Mookie ball. Learned his lesson, I guess, or like was thinking about that. So kind of pulls up on that ball, allows it to bloop in front of him. And you're like, okay, Max Muncy's up. It's 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Like, here it comes. Ranger, Houdini, ground ball double play. And then it was, unfortunately, where the night really ended for the Dodgers. Kershaw comes in. And I believe this will probably be the last time we see Kershaw pitch in the big leagues.
I know what you're saying.
Unless there's a blowout situation.
I know what you're
saying.
saying.
Which is sad.
Sometimes baseball finds a sick way, man. So I very much understand what you're saying. And yeah, that was
I hope it's not. How about I
Right.
start?
There
I
you
start there. I hope it's not the last time we see Kershaw pitch in a game, and he just gets absolutely clipped, man. Start of the inning is what it's 3-1, and the end of the inning it is 8-1. Kersh eats it, and at first I was like, man, like Dave, like you're doing our boy dirty, but then I'm like, you know what, Kersh, after all these years, still being like a good soldier, like taking it for the
Yeah.
team, right? Like keeping the bullpen, like fine, I got it, guys. I'll wear it. I'll get booed. I'll get ridiculed for this, but I don't give a shit because I'm Clayton Kershaw. I'm one of the best pitchers of all time. He probably doesn't even think about any of that. But dude, it was Real Muto leadoff solo shot right away on a 1-0 slider. It was Trey Turner shoots one in the right. Schwarber, the second shot of the game. Just Bryce Harper trying to score, make it 9-1, gets thrown out. It was just it was tough to watch.
I would have loved to know how in the sports movie when like the athlete goes in their head, the aging athlete, Jake Taylor, and like Clayton Kershaw's actual head thoughts in that moment. Would love to know where he was at. Like, was it just good shoulder? Did he have a moment where he's like, "Oh man, Clayton, we had a hell of a ride, but this is a funky one." I don't know. What I do know is those late runs could be very important tomorrow because Duran was supposed to pitch potentially 2 innings in this game, which again, who knows what that would have done to him tomorrow. And now
I don't think he would have pitched 2 innings. I think
Okay.
he did get up because at one point and Miguel Rojas pinch hit for Andy Paz. I know he hasn't been good yet, but I don't know about that one right there. Because if this is before what am I doing? Okay, this is before the big top of the 8th. If they get one guy on and they flip the order over to the top, he wanted to put the fire out there. I think he just goes in that lane and then they go from there. I don't think he stays in the rest of the time.
Yeah, Rob Thompson said it after the game. Who knows? Maybe that's just adding fuel on the fire his own way. But for tomorrow, I mean, you already mentioned Christopher Sanchez and now Duran. Like that's
the recipe.
My analytics binder, we're still 3-0 when the starter gives it to the closer.
Topper said after the game, I would have put him in for 2.
That's what, yeah.
All right.
Could just be funny business. I don't know. I think some other good stats and info from this one. You mentioned Nola looks good. 95.3 miles per hour to Ohtani. Fastest pitch in more than over a year. So you're right. If the Phillies postseason goes on, how much more can he get involved? Because he had a rough year. Clayton Kershaw. Hey, talk about being a legend. Clayton Kershaw allowed 32 homers in the postseason. That's the most ever, tied with Justin Verlander. That's one of those, if you're good enough at anything in sports, you still end up on a list like this. But that just means you are so damn good. So many teams wanted you pitching for them in the postseason. What else, Coach Trev?
That's all I got, my man.
So what do we got tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the National League games. So we have right now scheduled Dodgers 3:00 Pacific. And then we have the late game, the 6:00 Pacific, is Brewers Cubs.
Okay.
Sanchez versus Glasnow is who has been announced. And yeah, Philly's trying to get it back. They don't call it the bank anymore. That's what people told me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to be streaming those games, or one of those games tomorrow, probably Phillies-Dodgers. I'll double-check our schedule. Go check it out, JM Baseball. We will be recording after the game, but it was Wednesday, which means it's time for DraftKings Bet the Cycle, brought to you by DraftKings. Use code JM Baseball when you sign up with the DraftKings Sportsbook. We will be in on it. Trev, you getting on or getting over?
I'm getting on. You drive me in. Putt for the single. We're going Teoscar Hernandez to record 1 or more runs driven in. He's got 9 ribbies in 5 postseason games. He's 5 for 12 with 2 doubles, 2 homers, 4 runs driven in versus Christopher Sanchez.
Well, this is going to be a tricky parlay. Christopher Sanchez to get over 18 outs, which is 6 innings pitch. Sanchez has faced the Dodgers 3 times, has only gotten through 6 innings. One of those times, they need a big boy performance.
We're going with some interesting ones here for the triple. Cubs to score 4 or more runs on Thursday versus the Brewers. The Cubs 4 runs today. That was the most they've scored in a postseason game since they beat the Washington Nationals 9-8 in Game 5 of the 2017 NLDS. That's 13 straight playoff games of not scoring more than 3 runs.
Hitting's contagious, Trevor.
It's contagious.
So is this home run. We got 2 games tomorrow. You know what Poppy's rooting for? I think you see it in my face. Chaos. Give me Cubs. Give me Philly. Little parlay them together. Let's get some Game 5s. Join us at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Why not? Get in on the action. Use code JMBaseball as we grind through this postseason. Trev, who you got
In my
tomorrow?
experience, if you
say?
hate your bets, it's a good thing.
It's true. It's true. Don't look at the under. Who you got, Coach? What's going to happen tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Yeah. Just tell the people. You're the voice of the people.
I like the Brewers to win, man. I do. And then I don't know. Phillies Dodgers now. It's very interesting. Sanchez is so freaking good.
Yeah.
And the Phillies bats woke up tonight. It was against Clayton Kershaw. But it's contagious. We just talked about it. I'll go Philly going back for Game 5, and I got the Brewers ending it tomorrow.
Hey, they got Yamamoto too. You know, they got that guy.
A little bit. Yeah, they did. You're right.
Yeah. Let's find out together, everyone. Thank you so much. We will be back. Not my Yanks.
How are your eyeballs feeling?
Both gone.
Jake sucks. Joe Ryan and I just talked about life. And we planned a dinner. It's gonna be me, him, Claire, Olivia.
That's how you know it's a good date, when you plan the next date while you're on it, you know?
Yeah.
This is odd. Man, we should do dinner.
I set him up. His off season is going to be great. I think I should take over the Twins.